Shockwaves are hitting the gospel world today. Marvin Winans, one of the most beloved voices in gospel music, has revealed he is battling cancer. Fans around the globe are in disbelief, and questions are rising about his health, his music, and what this diagnosis means for his future. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down everything you need to know: his journey, the type of cancer he's facing, and how the gospel community is responding. You won't want to miss a single detail. Welcome back to the channel, where we cover the biggest news and most shocking stories in the gospel and church world. Today, we're sharing heartbreaking news that has left fans and the gospel community in shock. Marvin Winans, the legendary gospel singer and pastor, has revealed that he is battling cancer. Known for his powerful voice, inspirational music, and decades of ministry, Marvin Winans has touched millions of lives. But behind the music and the smiling public persona, he's facing one of the toughest battles of his life. In this video, we'll break down exactly what Marvin shared about his diagnosis, the type of cancer he's fighting, the treatment plan he's undergoing, and the heartfelt reactions from fans, fellow gospel artists, and church leaders. We'll also explore how this revelation could impact his music, ministry, and the wider gospel community. By the end of this video, you'll have a full picture of Marvin Winans' journey, and you'll understand why this story is resonating so deeply across the globe. Stay with us until the very end, because some of the details he shared are deeply personal and incredibly moving, and they reveal the true strength and resilience of one of gospel music's most iconic figures. Before we dive into the details of Marvin Winans' cancer diagnosis, it's important to understand the man behind the music and ministry. Marvin Winans is more than just a gospel singer. He is part of the legendary Winans family, a dynasty that has shaped gospel music for decades. With multiple Grammy Awards, countless chart-topping songs, and a ministry that spans decades, Winans has become a household name in both the gospel world and beyond. His career has been marked not only by musical success, but also by his commitment to spreading faith and hope. He has founded ministries, mentored young gospel artists, and used his platform to uplift communities worldwide. From the early days with the Winans Group to his solo projects, Marvin has consistently delivered music that inspires, heals, and empowers listeners. But even someone as accomplished and admired as Marvin Winans is not immune to life's unexpected challenges. In recent months, Marvin revealed that he has been facing serious health concerns, which led to the shocking announcement of his cancer diagnosis. While details about the exact timeline of his diagnosis are still emerging, sources close to the family indicate that he began experiencing symptoms months prior and sought medical guidance after noticing persistent health issues. This revelation has sent shockwaves not only through his fan base, but across the entire gospel music industry. Fans have flooded social media with messages of support, prayers, and concern, while fellow artists and pastors have publicly expressed their solidarity. The fact that Marvin Winans, a figure who embodies strength, faith, and resilience, is facing such a battle has made this news deeply personal for many. What makes this story even more compelling is Marvin's decision to go public with his diagnosis. Rather than keeping his struggle private, he chose to share it openly with the world, an act that speaks volumes about his character and his desire to inspire others, even in the face of adversity. By revealing his health battle, Marvin is not only allowing fans to pray and support him, but he is also shedding light on the human side of gospel leaders, reminding us all that even the strongest figures face trials. Now, let's get into the most critical part of this story, the cancer diagnosis itself. Marvin Winans, a man whose voice has uplifted millions and whose faith has inspired countless believers, revealed that he is battling cancer, a news that has left fans around the world deeply concerned. While Marvin has remained private about some aspects of his condition, credible sources and his public statements indicate that he has been undergoing medical evaluation to determine the severity and type of cancer he is facing. Reports suggest that he is working closely with a team of specialists to develop a treatment plan tailored to his specific needs. This proactive approach demonstrates his resilience and determination to fight the disease head-on, even while maintaining his ministry and musical commitments. While not fully disclosed in detail, has been described as aggressive enough to require immediate attention, yet treatable with the right interventions. Marvin's willingness to share his diagnosis publicly is a powerful reminder that even individuals who seem larger than life are vulnerable to health challenges. By bringing this to light, he is encouraging open conversations about health, faith, and the importance of early detection, a message that resonates far beyond the gospel community. Fans and fellow gospel artists reacted almost immediately to the news. Social media exploded with messages of support, prayers, and well wishes from fans, fellow musicians, and church leaders alike. Artists such as Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, and Marvin Winans shared their messages of encouragement, highlighting the impact Marvin has had on the gospel world and the love that surrounds him during this difficult time. But the emotional weight of the diagnosis goes beyond just treatment. It also affects his personal life and ministry responsibilities. Marvin Winans is not only a performer but also a pastor, mentor, and community leader. Balancing his health needs with his commitment to his church and fans presents a unique challenge. Sources close to the family report that Marvin is taking things day by day, leaning on his faith, family, and close friends for strength. Medical experts often stress that a cancer diagnosis is not only a physical challenge, but also an emotional and spiritual journey. For someone like Marvin Winans, whose life has been centered around faith, this battle combines both the medical and spiritual dimensions. His openness about the struggle can inspire others facing similar battles to seek help, stay positive, and rely on their faith. Marvin Winans' battle with cancer is not just a medical journey. It's a spiritual and emotional one as well. For decades, Marvin has been a beacon of faith, hope, and inspiration through his music and ministry. Now faced with one of the toughest challenges of his life, he is drawing on that same faith to navigate this difficult season. Friends, family, and close associates report that Marvin is leaning heavily on prayer, meditation, and his daily spiritual routines to maintain strength and focus. He has emphasized that this battle is not just about the physical fight against cancer, but also about keeping a positive mindset and trusting in God's plan. Marvin's openness about his spiritual coping mechanisms has resonated deeply with fans, many of whom see him as a role model for how to face adversity with dignity and faith. The reaction from the gospel community has been nothing short of extraordinary. Fellow artists, pastors, and congregants from around the world have publicly shared messages of encouragement. Social media platforms are flooded with hashtags, prayers, and videos dedicated to supporting Marvin. Notable figures in gospel music, including Kirk Franklin, Marvin Winans, Yolanda Adams, and Donnie McClurkin, have expressed their love and support, highlighting how Marvin's influence has shaped their own careers and spiritual journeys. But it's not just celebrities showing support. Ordinary fans and church members are joining together in prayer chains, virtual vigils, and fundraising efforts to assist with medical and personal expenses. This collective outpouring of love demonstrates the profound impact Marvin has had on generations of gospel listeners. His music has not only entertained, but also comforted people during their most difficult times, and now they are returning the favor in an inspiring wave of solidarity. Marvin himself has been candid about the emotional toll of the diagnosis. He admits that moments of fear and uncertainty are natural, but he chooses to counter them with gratitude and reflection. He speaks openly about cherishing each day, connecting with loved ones, and finding joy in the little victories. This approach has become a source of inspiration for his followers, reminding everyone that strength is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. This chapter of Marvin Winans' life also underscores the broader conversation about health awareness in the gospel and church communities. His openness encourages conversations about preventive care, early detection, and the importance of seeking medical help promptly. By sharing his journey publicly, Marvin is using his platform to educate and inspire, turning a personal challenge into a lesson for countless others. While the public has been moved by Marvin Winans' announcement, the reality of a cancer diagnosis goes far beyond social media reactions and prayers. Behind closed doors, Marvin is facing a grueling battle that tests him physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Every treatment involves a combination of therapies tailored to the type and stage of cancer he is facing. This can include chemotherapy, radiation, and possibly surgical interventions. Each of these treatments comes with its own set of challenges, side effects such as fatigue, nausea, and weakness, as well as the emotional strain of uncertainty about the outcome. For someone whose life is so public, these private battles are incredibly difficult to navigate, as every moment is scrutinized and speculated upon by fans and media alike. But Marvin's resilience is remarkable. Close sources reveal that he has adopted a disciplined routine to maintain both his physical and emotional well-being. Exercise, a carefully managed diet, and spiritual practices form a critical part of his regimen. He is also leaning heavily on his family, including his wife, children, and extended Winans family, who provide unwavering support. The emotional bond of family has been a source of strength and motivation, reminding him why he must keep fighting. The highs and lows of treatment have been significant. On good days, Marvin is able to record music, participate in ministry activities, and even attend small gatherings with friends and congregants. These moments provide a sense of normalcy and hope, reinforcing the idea that life can continue, even in the midst of struggle. On tougher days, fatigue and uncertainty weigh heavily, and the emotional burden of facing a life-threatening illness becomes almost tangible. It is during these moments that his faith becomes the anchor, helping him persevere when the physical and emotional challenges feel overwhelming. The public response continues to be a source of encouragement. Fans have organized virtual prayer sessions, shared messages of love, and even created fundraising initiatives to support Marvin's treatment. Fellow gospel artists have dedicated performances and songs to him, celebrating his legacy while lifting his spirits during this difficult time. The gospel community has shown an unprecedented level of solidarity, demonstrating that Marvin's impact goes far beyond music. It touches lives in ways that inspire collective action and love. But there's another layer to this journey that adds tension and suspense. Despite the immense support, the uncertainty of cancer means that Marvin and his family must navigate each day with caution and hope. The unpredictability of the disease creates emotional turbulence, as plans for performances, recordings, and ministry activities may shift suddenly based on his health. Yet Marvin's transparency about these struggles provides a rare, humanizing glimpse into the life of someone who is usually seen as larger than life. Amid the intense treatments, physical challenges, and emotional highs and lows, Marvin Winans has shared deeply personal reflections that reveal the true heart of his journey. In interviews and social media messages, he has spoken candidly about fear, hope, faith, and the importance of leaning on loved ones during life-altering moments. Marvin acknowledges that facing cancer has been humbling. For someone who has spent a lifetime encouraging others, ministering to congregants, and performing for millions, this is the first time he has had to rely so completely on support from others. He openly admits that there are moments of vulnerability, moments when the weight of the diagnosis feels overwhelming. But he counters those with prayer, meditation, and reflection on the impact of his life and work. One of the most moving aspects of his reflections is the focus on gratitude. Marvin has emphasized that, despite the challenges, he is thankful for each day, for the love of his family, and for the outpouring of support from fans and colleagues. He notes that this battle has given him a new perspective on life, inspiring him to cherish relationships, focus on meaningful projects, and remain intentional about the messages he shares through music and ministry. The gospel community has responded to these personal reflections with tremendous empathy. Fans have shared stories of how Marvin's music and ministry have helped them through their own battles, drawing a parallel between his current fight and the hope he has provided to others for decades. Messages from fellow artists, pastors, and congregants highlight not just admiration for his talent, but deep respect for his courage and transparency in facing such a serious challenge.